Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's going on in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Dick Patten. It's a pleasure to welcome you in as we're getting ready now for the, we're in the patriotic season, but also we're now into the political season, officially now. So the filing period's on, and we'll see how many are going to race to the Secretary of State's office and whatever else to get their names on the September ballot or November ballot. But anyway, you're not running for office, are you?
I don't think so.
Well, see, you're all set. But with me is Police Chief Brad Osgood, who is here for his monthly visit, and glad to see him in. I was just talking to him. People, I still think sometimes they talk about the elderly, and when I say that, I should clarify. Used to be 75 or older, you had to be retested. Now I guess they've moved it up to 85 or something, or 80, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I said, but really, I think somebody in their 30s, 35 or 40, should be retested. Because it's obvious that they don't know what they're doing either driving. As I just told you, that intersection from the police station, Green Street down School Street, that's one way onto, it is one way, all the way onto Main Street.
Correct, yeah.
And the cars, they ignore those signs that say one closed, and it's one way, do not enter. I guess they can't read English, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to have some multi-language signs up there that say, in French, German, or Chinese or something, because obviously somebody's not getting the message. You don't go, And I saw one car one day purposely put their hands up saying, no, you can't go down there, but they do it anyway.
Right. So that intersection, so they generally come off of School Street right next to the police station, and they just go straight across. And there are 4 do not enter signs there. And I look out my office window and I see it, on a weekly basis, somebody going down the wrong way. And we try to get out there as much as we can to enforce that. And similar on Capitol Street. People come off of North State Street, and they go up Capitol Street towards Green Street, towards like the library. They do that, and you see that quite a bit as well.
No, wait a minute. Capitol Street. If they come up, which way?
So if they're on North State Street behind the State House, then they'll take a right onto Capitol Street.
Okay. Huh. Somewhere I'm losing it there. Because, okay. From then, so you're talking about going from North State up behind the LOB.
Yes.
Onto City Hall.
Right.
They do that too?
Yeah, I see that on a weekly basis.
Stupid. Are they really?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If I get reelected, I'd like to put a bill in that says, refresh or something, because somewhere they lost they forgot between the time they got their license and before they get 75 years old. I don't know.
Yeah. So you have to file this summer?
Yeah, tomorrow. Filing period opens tomorrow. So.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. It'll be my fifth term if I get reelected. I enjoy it. I don't have the money, as I've said before. I don't have the money for all these things. But I do enjoy working for the people. That's how I look at it. I told 2 politicians the other day. I said, you know, it's nice that you host these picnics in your backyard for these out-of-town politicians, but I said, you know, I don't have the money to go to these things.
Right.
Oh, you don't have to pay. No. That's why at the end of the invitation it says $25, $50, $100, $250, $500. You ain't got to pay. But yet, if you don't hand them a $25 bill or something, a check or something, it's like, you know, okay, you got to pay.
So when is the legislative session over officially?
It's done now.
It's done.
Yeah.
And when is it? When do they go back into session?
They won't go back in. Well, the speaker can call them back in usually sometime between mid-September and mid-October. They will be called back into session to address the vetoes that the governor's done. Now, he's got 2 so far that they'll have to. They may have to or not have to do, and then we'll be called back. The new group will come back in early December to pick candidates for speaker, clerk, sergeant at arms. They'll vote on them that day. Then the official start of the session will be the first Wednesday of January. That's when usually the bishop of the Diocese of Manchester, for some reason he comes and he has the honor of doing it. I don't know. But in between, we'll get our plates, parking privileges and all that stuff. That's that same day.
Now, what's interesting is the legislative plates, there's the number that you're issued has a specific meaning.
Yeah.
And what is the meaning of the numbers?
All right. My plate is 1-35.
Right.
So that means I'm number 1.
Well, of course.
No. What it means is that I sit I sit in section 1.
Section 1, yes.
And my seat is 35.
Right.
Which I never knew. I never knew either. I thought it went according to county lines or something like.
Right.
I never knew.
So if you were,
and they'll change colors this next year.
Right. So I mean, this is your 4th term currently.
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
So every year, you get reassigned a section and a seat number.
No, every 2 years.
Every term, right?
Every term, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they will send once you have been declared elected in November, they will send you a packet that'll have your seat, your request for a seat. They'll send you a map, and you pick out the seats that you would like. And again, based on handicap, disability. And then you send that back into the nurse, if it's handicap, with something from your doctor. And then there's a yellow postcard that will list all the committees on there, and you check off 3 committees that would be your choices, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd choices. And then you check off, yes, I would be interested in being chairman, yes, I would be interested in being vice chairman, or yes, I would be clerk. You know. And you forward that all back into the clerk's office. It goes to the speaker's office. Once the speaker gets most of those, or all of them, or whatever, they will then meet with the majority party and the minority party to put people together. So if the Democrats, for some reason, can get the majority, they will then have they will have all the speaker positions, generally vice chair and also clerk. and then they'll have the majority of the committee of the people assigned to it. The minority committee, if it's the Republicans, they will get what's left, basically. They'll get spots on every committee, and they will not, they won't be on the, each one will have a ranking minority person on the committee, but, that's how I'm telling you, it's been a learning process.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I never knew how this went on there, but I was on Fish and Game the first term. I was on partially of the second term, and then the second term, when I found out that because the Democrats got power, and there was some little political maneuvering there, and I asked to be switched. And from there I went to transportation, and I thoroughly loved it. Thoroughly loved transport. I mean, I enjoyed Fish and Game. I really did. I had a good chairman. He was Republican, but he was a good chairman. But I was very happy with transportation. The chairman at that point was she was on city council with me.
Candace?
Candace Bouchard, yes. She was wonderful. She was a good chairman. I hated to see her leave. But she did a good job, really good job. And so then, of course, the Republicans came back in, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
But no, and this time, the plates will be green, and the chairman, vice chair, and clerk will have red. That's how it goes. Every 2 years they change colors. So
it's a fascinating history lesson.
Yeah.
So when the legislature is in session, they generally meet Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Generally the committees will meet on Tuesday and sometimes Wednesdays. See, they switched. Generally the session days were Wednesday and Thursday. Then they switched them and it just became Thursday. But then if they had a lot backed up, they would take Wednesday also. So now it's just generally Tuesday is committee day. And we can start filing bills. Those who are incumbents can start filing them in September. And then the new ones, who if they get elected, they can file them in November. I don't know. It's going to be interesting this time.
If you look at, if you even go to the general court's website and you look to see all of the bills that are out there that are being voted on throughout the sessions, there's a lot of bills.
Yeah.
And I guess it would be hard for any legislator to keep track of. I mean, it's just, you have the ones that are really important to you and your constituents, but there are some that are...
It's virtually impossible sometimes. You've got to really listen. You got to really... I do a lot of research. I don't go to a lot of hearings because it's the same old stuff you're going to hear when we meet. But I enjoy hearing the debates. You'll see a lot of legislators get up and go out, but I want to hear the speakers. I want to hear the debates. That's how I'm going to hear it. But yeah, you've got a lot. There's a lot of things that get tabled as usual, and they never get taken off. A couple of my bills this year got tossed. One was about handicap disability. Because if you look at the State House and the LOB and the annex from the outside, they're not handicap accessible to go into. The annex special, there's no ramp there. State House, if you don't know that on the side, And on the weekends, that side door is unlocked. I didn't know it was unlocked, but they say it's unlocked on the side there on Park Street. But the front entrance to the State House, that's not handicapped accessible. None of it is.
No. No.
So, but they tossed it. No, not needed. Well, I hope someday, and that's what I said about the rail, commuter rail, because, the buses are not handicapped accessible. I've never seen one yet, unless it's down at the airport or train station where they have the winter car come in, I don't call them buses, but the transport vehicles that take people from the airport to the different rental cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But generally, your Concord Coach, C&J, Peter Pan, none of those buses are handicapped accessible.
Right.
So, oh yes, they are. No, they're not. In the LOB, there's no machine concessions that people could get stuff to eat. They used to be.
Yeah.
They took them all out. So by the time to go over to the cafeteria, you've got to go through the tunnel, which sometimes dummy elevators aren't working. So how do you get in? And the tunnel is not level; it's slanted. So it's very hard.
Yeah.
And so I just felt that it should be looked at, but no, I got dumped.
Yeah, they're very, very, very old buildings that weren't constructed with disabilities in mind.
Yeah. So what's on your mind today, though? We got 8 minutes left, but I want to talk about you. I mean, the budget session's almost over with.
Yeah, so I think this week we go to the capital budget.
How much got cut from your budget?
I wouldn't say anything really got cut. It's what was added and what wasn't added. But I'm pleased with where I stand right now, and certainly it still has to go through the adoption process. But I think one of the I got a new position this year, which is a property room clerk in our evidence in our property room. It would be a non-police officer, a civilian position, to really help with the amount of property and evidence that we have in storage, and because we're taking in on a daily basis more than we're getting rid of, and it just is a recipe for disaster, with space. So I'm going to get somebody part-time to come in and help alleviate that problem. It's one of those problems that nobody can see it except for us, because we're just overflowing with property. So I was actually pleased that the city manager put that in the budget, and so far it's gone through council.
Good. Well, it should. I mean, really. I mean, I don't think I think you need to have is what you need to operate over there.
Right. I could certainly use more police officers.
Me down now.
Well, I currently have 4 vacancies.
Out of how many?
86.
Oh, not too bad.
So I have 4 vacancies, but then I have 5 at the police academy currently. So that that's 9 that aren't really doing police work, and I have 2 that are out of work. So we're missing 11.
Oh, really?
People that aren't. Some of them are on payroll, but they're not actually performing police services at this point. So, but that's the way it's like that all the time. You have people that are out injured or have knee surgery, or they're out for pregnancy, maternity, military leave. If I didn't mention that, so there's all sorts of things, and it's a constant juggling act. It's a resource management act that we always have to go through. But we're off to a good start. We're in early June. The summer will be kicking off in full swing, and so far I'm looking forward to the warm weather months.
Yeah, it seems like a long time in coming. The 4th of July is the big one coming up next, but So what's any laws have changed far as fireworks go? I mean, if I want to go out and buy fireworks for my private use, now can I go out and buy the Class A ones or no?
Well, every year, as we get closer to the 4th of July, I have to go up and read the fire marshal's report about Class A, Class C fireworks.
Yeah.
There is no ordinance in Concord prohibiting the use of fireworks that are legal. Okay, there are certain fireworks that you can't possess and blow off because they're illegal. If you were to go to a reputable store that sells fireworks,
Yeah.
they're going to tell you what is permissible for you to possess in the
Yeah.
city of Concord and to blow off. Now, having said that, we rely on a disorderly conduct or a noise statute. So if you're blowing off or setting off fireworks at dusk, that's not necessarily unreasonable. But if you're using fireworks and setting fireworks off at 3:30 in the morning, that could be disturbing the peace. So that's how we kind of enforce.
But it's only midnight in California. What's the matter?
Yeah.
It's not 3 o'clock. It's midnight.
Yeah. Because certainly if people with small infants that are being woken up at 3:30 in the morning, or
Yeah.
certain pet owners, their dogs have anxiety over these loud
Oh, yeah.
noises, and so we get quite a few calls. And our biggest call volume for fireworks is July 3rd through the 5th,
Oh yeah.
and it's like that. And for the rest of the year, I mean, it's very sporadic, but those 3 days are
Oh
just,
yeah.
and it's quite a bit of calls.
I know over there off Manchester Street, somebody's got some big stuff because boy, you can hear them from the 3rd right through the 4th. But I tell you, I don't know where they're coming from, but it is right near either up behind us, or it's in that general neighborhood anyway. I don't think it's in the park, but boy, somebody's got some big stuff.
Yeah, and like when we come across people that or have set off fireworks, and we go and but all of the evidence is now destroyed.
Oh yeah.
So we really it's hard for us to piece together, is this a permissible firework or is it non-permissible, because it's blown up.
Yeah.
But we do our best, and really I think we try to get people to first and foremost, if you're going to use them, is to use them safely, but secondly, we want them to respect their neighbors and their neighborhoods as far as noise and disturbances.
Yeah.
So
Graduation parties, they're not usually too bad for you, or proms and all that stuff. They're kind of...
no, I think that as a community, as society, I think graduations and these prom parties, after prom parties, really are well chaperoned.
Yeah.
Today in today's society, and
no booze.
Yeah, I'm sure that booze and tomfoolery exists, but I think the tragedies that we've seen throughout the country over the years really has resonated with parents and really responsible chaperones.
There used to be up there at I think up at Hicks's Country Club, Shaker Regional up there. They used to have some fireworks on there. Didn't Concord High have their prom up there or something? And there was always a fireworks display. We could hear them.
Yeah, and a lot of them, people that are going to have larger displays usually get permits through the fire marshal's office or fire department, and they'll notify the police as well. We see that periodically.
Because my class must have been poor because we never had fireworks at our proms and that stuff. But But I noticed the last several years it's been up there at Shaker Road. I'm sure of it. That's where it's coming from.
Right.
And they were in my class too, both of them. That husband, Doug Hicks, and Patty Rogers at the time was her maiden name.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem possible that we're coming to another end of the school year. And to have that what happened with the principal there over at Millbrook, that was a sad situation. But I don't know. I haven't heard yet what happened there, but it's still sad.
Yeah. You know, I think everybody, we're approaching summer, but I think, you know, we're all eager to get summer going because of the winter we had too.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
yeah,
an awful,
exactly. Yeah.
awful winter, and you know, you talked about you know, the Millbrook principal, and yeah, certainly a tragedy, and you know, our hearts go out to the kids at that school, and the staff members, as well. You know, obviously the families as well. So
yeah, I thought back all the teachers that I had during my years in the school. I never had any of them. We only had, well, that's right. He died. He passed after we left school. So it was Jim Hines. He was a driver ed teacher and something else. But well, I know we've been ding-ding, so it's time to say goodbye. But thanks for coming on there, Chief, and talking with us again and bringing us up to date what's going on with five. Heaven's sakes, be careful if you're out there using fireworks, and make sure they're legal, because the police can arrest you if they're not legal. And also, too, with your prom parties, make sure you know what they're doing and that you have supervision and enjoy it, not destroy it. So with that in mind, thanks for joining us on Around Town with Chief Osgood and also with Ian Marx, and we hope to see you soon. I'm your host, Dick Patten. Enjoy it.